What's up, Lincoln?
And welcome to the Sports Zone.
I'm TJ Tilford.
And I'm Tanner Southern.
Hey Tanner, how's your day going?
Pretty good, thanks for asking. What about you?
Good. I'm super glad the football team bounced back this week.
Yeah, it was a great game.
Our main event for this week is the varsity football team's battle with Olentangy Orange.
The Lions are off to a slow start this season, but they showed on Friday that they can be a physical, dominant team.
Our RJ Rice has the highlights.
One and 2 Gehenna Lincoln, hosting 3-0 Olentangy Orange in front of a packed homecoming crowd. Gehenna Lincoln hoping to bounce back from back-to-back losses. And the Lions defense sets the tone on the Pioneers' opening drive. First, a tackle for loss. Then on third down, Eddie Jennings gets the sack, and the Lions take over. Facing 3rd and 12 at the 45, Brennan Ward connects with Jake Bushelman for a 17-yard gain. 3 plays later, Lions at the Orange 19-yard line, Avion Brown cuts outside, and he's gone. Lincoln leads 7-0. And Orange responds. Second quarter now, and Cohen Weaver punches it in for the 1-yard touchdown to tie the score 7-7. Just under 3 minutes left in the half, and it's Weaver again. This time he takes it straight up the middle, and 10 yards later, it's a Pioneer touchdown, and Orange takes the lead 14-7. Gehenna comes right back. Brennan Ward connects on 8 of 10 passes to drive the Lions down the field. Ward threw for 261 yards. But Lincoln has to settle for a 27-yard field goal by Madden Vieta, and Gehenna heads into the locker room trailing 14-10. Opening drive of the second half, and Orange's Lucas Fickle cuts it straight upfield and races 25 yards for the touchdown, and the Pioneer lead increases to 21-10. Lincoln goes back to the ground game. 4 straight runs, including this 10-yard run by Jaden Gwynn, sets Gehenna up at the Orange 36. Next play, Ward hits Bushelman on the slant. He cuts upfield and he's gone. The 36-yard touchdown pulls Gehenna within 4. Bushelman caught 10 passes for 117 yards. And that definitely pumped up the Lions' defense. On 3rd and 2, Michael Mormon with the big hit in the backfield, and Orange has to punt. 3 plays later, Ward finds Gwynn on the screen. He gets some nice blocks downfield, cuts it back, and does the rest himself. "79 yards for the touchdown, and it's time to flash the lights. Gehenna pulls ahead 24-21. Gwynn had 156 total yards. Now to the fourth quarter. Orange facing 4th and 7 at the Lincoln 37, and QB Davis rolls right and chucks it downfield, where somehow Beckett Miller hauls it in for a 22-yard gain in the first down. Orange at the Lions 11, but that's when University of Cincinnati recruit Terrell Holcomb takes over. Holcomb with the sack, back to the 20. Next play, and Holcomb nearly takes the handoff himself. The huge hit in the 6-yard loss forces a 43-yard field goal attempt. And the kick is wide left, and the Lions offense comes back out with a 4-point lead. Win for 26 yards, but the Lions get stopped on 4th and 1, deep in Orange territory. With 1:34 left in the game, Pioneers facing 3rd and 10 at their own 18, Derek Bradley provides the pressure, and Davis's pass falls incomplete. So on 4th down, Orange is forced to go for it, and Davis is hit by Holcomb as he releases it. The ball is intercepted by Bushelman, and he takes it back to the house. The Lions batter the Pioneers in the second half and come away with a 31-21 win.
And it means everything, the feeling to win, we got that back, so we're just going to progress from here, keep winning, keep working, and that's all that matters.
I mean, this win is huge. After 2 losses, we finally get to see what happens when we execute and play together and play for one another. So it's great to see.
When you set a standard of winning and doing things right. You haven't done it in a while. Like, it feels great. But, you know, we still got a lot of things to clean up and a lot more work to do. But it's kind of like getting that monkey off your back. Like, it felt like we haven't won in a decade, and it's only been 2 weeks. So, but that's the standard we set, and we got to live up to it.
The Lions defense flexed its muscle on Friday, especially in the second half where they held the Pioneers to just 7 points. The Lions were definitely on the hunt. They sacked the Olentangy Orange quarterback 5 times, including 3 by Terrell Holcomb. They had an impressive 9 tackles for loss. 16 different Lions registered tackles as well. Great job, Lions.
For the past 2 years, the Gahanna varsity football team has gone an impressive 25-3, and they are back-to-back OCC champs.
This year, the varsity team has started their season with a 2-2 record and lots of room for improvement.
Our own Maya Wright went out to see what changes they are making to be successful for the rest of their season. Here she is with the story.
They were 10-0 last year during the regular season, conference champions, and went 2-1 during the playoffs. Gahanna football had an outstanding performance last year. Unfortunately, the varsity team this year has had a rough start to their season.
To keep us motivated, I feel like we're trying to figure out how to move on and focus on the next game. We got to put our head down and work and, just get back to the basics, to, the program that we are and what we bring to the table as a team.
Energy and atmosphere within the team is very important. The kind of energy players can bring to the game helps them long term.
For our first 3 weeks, I feel like the atmosphere, the energy has been low. We kind of just mosey around. Like, I feel like we're acting like we're just gonna get stuff handed to us. But I think this week especially, like, there's been a lot of energy, and we know what our standard is, and we definitely picked it up. And we need to keep that for the rest of the season to be able to win our games.
Discipline is important in all sports, especially football. Despite Gahanna's record, they have been focused on staying disciplined during practices and games to become a stronger team this year.
Discipline just comes from everybody doing their part. Football take all 11, every single player to do their part. So, if you stay disciplined by, filling your gap or guarding that man every single play, then that's the biggest thing we can do at this point.
Even though the team has gotten off to a slow start, the coaching staff continues to be supportive by helping them stay focused on key details to become the team they know they can be.
This coaching staff is a great coaching staff, and we trust them 110%. We know that they're gonna keep, putting that mindset in our brains that we got to keep stacking days, and we just gonna keep working, and we trust them to help us get through this process.
As Gahanna continues on with the rest of their season, trust is essential, especially between all the players and coach as they stay motivated to keep working hard this season. This is Maya Wright in the Zone.
Thanks, Maya. It's a new fall sports season, so there are a lot of new players competing for the Lions.
You know who else is new? Our athletic director.
You're right, and our very own Cassie Arvizu is here in the studio with him today.
Hey, Cassie.
Hey, Tanner. I'm joined by our new athletic director, Mr. Matthew. How are you doing today, Mr. Welsh?
I'm doing well, Cassie.
Thanks for joining us here today.
You're welcome.
Now, Mr. Welsh, you've been in Gahanna for almost 2 months now. Is there anything that you like about it, or what are some of your thoughts?
I love the city of Gahanna so much. My wife and I moved here, so it's been great to be here. I've loved meeting people, whether it's our coaches, our student athletes, people involved with Lincoln Live, our custodial team, our grounds team, our central office. It's been great.
Is there any insight that you can give us on what's important about being athletic director here at Gahanna?
Yeah, so being the athletic director, it's really important to me that we focus on the experience, whether that's the experience of our student athletes, our fans that come to the game, our families, anybody involved with our program. I want to make sure they have a great experience.
Is there anything that excites you about our athletic program?
The potential is through the roof. We've got such a large high school with so many kids. We've got so many different sports to offer. We've got great programs. We have nothing but potential here at Gahanna.
And being that we have so many sports, how can we stay up to date with those?
So you can follow us on the social media platforms. So we've been on Twitter or X and Facebook, and then recently we've added Instagram, where we've grown to 1,000 followers in just 2 months. And then obviously you can follow Lincoln Live in the Sports Zone.
Have you met Mr. Bill, or Gahanna Bill?
I have met Gahanna Bill. He's a personal buddy of mine now. I have the opportunity to go to lunch with Gahanna Bill a couple times a week. Bill and I are going to the Kaufman game tonight. He is somebody that I've grown to love, and I'm excited to partner with Bill as we cheer on the Lions.
Well, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much again for joining us, Mr. Welsh. Sending it back to my favorite anchors at the news desk.
Both the varsity and JV girls cross-country teams have a championship to brag about. Both took home the championship out of 14 teams. Ruby Lewis came in third with a time of 18:50, and right behind her in fourth was Olivia Smeck with a time of 19:12. We spoke to Brooklyn McLaughlin and Ava Miller. Here they are.
It could have been better, but I finished strong, and that's all that matters. I feel like my teammates did really good. We had a lot of PRs today, a lot of big PRs, and everyone finished. The second mile was definitely the hardest because there was nobody out in the fields to cheer, but overall I feel like it was a fast course and the hill wasn't that bad.
It went really well. We got first as a team and we all did really well. We really ran today and we pushed each other and we tried to stick together and close the gap. The course was really fast, really flat, and it was just a good PR course.
Thanks, girls, and good luck at Dublin Jerome tomorrow. We have a new record holder on our cross-country team. On Saturday, our boys cross-country team ran at 3 Creeks. The boys varsity placed 3rd out of 18 teams. Owen Towler led the varsity boys with a time of 15:39, followed behind by Benjamin Jones with a time of 16:13. Also, with a breaking PR run, Beckett Anderson surprised everyone, beating the freshman record with a time of 16:18. We talked to Owen and Beckett after the race.
My race today was okay, a little bit disappointed because I was going for the win, but all in all PR, not a bad day. The team did good, top to bottom we competed, still moving up though, still getting better day by day.
Felt great. I feel like I kept strong during the 2nd and 3rd mile. This race today was pretty mental. We got a pretty deep set of guys and we all fought it out. I knew I was going to get close this year. I didn't think it was going to be this early. I could feel the effort was different than my other races, and going across the line, seeing 16:18, breaking it by 1 second, it just felt ecstatic.
Congrats, guys. Our girls soccer team is still undefeated in the OCC.
Yes, they are, TJ. Last night, they faced off against their rival New Albany Eagles and came out with a 3-1 victory.
They fell behind 1-0, but the girls battled back and scored 3 unanswered goals and took complete control of the game.
Leading scorers for the Lions were Katie Donovan, Sophia T, and Olivia T, all with 1 goal.
We talked to Katie Donovan and Olivia T after the game.
Coming into the game, we were all really excited to play New Albany. Our battle from the beginning was a little rough, but after we tied up the game, we came back really strong and I think killed it.
I think we went in with a lot of confidence and it was a little bit of a rocky start, but after that first goal, our light switched and we finished off very strong.
The girls soccer team is coming off a stacked week, including senior night on Tuesday. Owen Dominack went to talk to junior Megan Falk about how she is learning from the 7 seniors that are leaving and also about some of her best soccer memories. Here's Owen.
Thanks, guys. How are you today, Megan?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. So, Megan, you've been on varsity since your freshman year. What's your favorite high school soccer memory?
My favorite high school soccer memory is my freshman year when we beat New Albany 1-0 at New Albany.
And Megan, also, you've been playing soccer for so long. What are your go-to songs to hype before the game?
I have 2. My first one is Colt Can't Handle Me by Flo Rida, and then No Hands.
And Megan, you're a junior this year, and you guys have 7 seniors leaving. So what are you taking from them so you can become the big leader next year?
I think this year, senior group, they've taught me just really how to be like a leader and put the team first, and just work as one and still have all the fun while being successful.
Thanks, Megan. Now sending it back to the sports desk.
Thanks, Owen, and congrats on the big win last night, Megan. As for the boys' game last night, they had a tough match that ended in a loss for the Lions. They played New Albany, who was the number 3 team in the state and 8th in the nation. The game ended with a score of 3-1, with Bryce Folder making the goal for Gahanna in the second half. The team now stands at 3-5-3. Next week, the boys head over to Westville Central to face the Warhawks. The boys' soccer program just got a new coaching staff last year.
After Coach Kovac was the head coach for the past 9 years, a group of Gahanna alums take over.
After a hard-fought first year, they're back at it, striving to grow the program.
Our Ian Powell takes a closer look at the new coaching staff, and he's got the story.
The Gahanna Lincoln boys soccer program recently got a whole new coaching staff. Their first step is mentality.
Understand that to be a good player, you also have to be a good person. And that even though you mess up, you just got to focus on next play.
Going into their second year, they're not only looking at skills on the field, but involvement off the field.
A lot of different things you can do. There's stuff on the field, obviously, working on technique, working on the tactical side of things, different runs the boys can make, defensive shape, offensive shape, all those sorts of things. But really, when it comes to culture, it's more about the way the boys communicate with each other, showing up on time, working in the community.
Creating a great culture not only comes from the coaches, but the players. With the upperclassmen in the program, it's all about setting an example.
We need to set the standard for the work ethic and just leave that for not only this year but next year, because it's important that we have good, strong guys coming up in the program.
With 3 different teams in the program, each team might be focused on one thing. And for one coach, it might just come down to a couple of things.
Individual skill. Your individual skill, beating players, defending, 1v1s, that all matters. That's what I want to see them do and get better at.
With the players that have come previously in the program, it sets a certain standard for the players currently and the players in the future.
We're just kind of taking notes from that stuff, and really that sort of stuff, it comes down to the discipline, right? With how we eat, how we act, how we train, how we play, all of those sorts of things, and then also trying to honor tradition, right? So this year we had a couple speakers come out. Coach Muser was the first coach ever for the program, so just kind of reflecting on the history, honoring those that have come before us.
There are many different paths players will take in their high school career. With our coaching staff being alumni of this program in school, they had their own mindset going through this program.
As a freshman, my mindset was trying to get to varsity as quick as I can, because I just wanted to be a part of a team that could win a state championship again, you know. Then ultimately it just came down to work. Like, I just wanted it really, really bad. When I was on JVB, I wanted to be on varsity, but recognized that I had the opportunity to be on JVB and just took the most of it. And that led me to being on JV Gold my sophomore year. And while at the time I was disappointed on not being on varsity, that helped me immensely, you know, helped me learn about the game, my teammates, my confidence, my ability, and then that led me to being on varsity.
Any coach would want the best for their team, and this new coaching staff knows how to get that across the players.
They push us really hard every day. I mean, we have a good time, but they push us, we run, but they make us have a lot of fun too, and their tactics really work. And
The players that have come through this program have set the standard, and now the goal is to only raise and meet this standard. This is Ian Powell for Sports Zone.
Our girls volleyball team is sitting at 4-0 so far in the OCC. This kind of season was to be expected as the volleyball team brought in completely new coaching staff. This start invigorated them as they traveled to Westerville Central on Tuesday and battled. The Lions overcame adverse conditions to pull through with a tough win in 4 sets, with 2 of the sets going past 25 points and the last one which surpassed 30 points. We caught up with Aubrey Yakashaw and Kyla McNeil after the game to get some player opinions on how the game went and what's next.
To be honest, the game was not the best. It was very ugly. So I'm just gonna be honest, but we pulled it out.
We definitely struggled in the beginning and weren't playing as a team. Warm-ups were rough, but it was good for us to finish games because we haven't been finishing. So to finish that and win in 4 sets was really good for us.
And we just gotta work harder tomorrow at practice and get ready for Thursday's games.
The streak continues for the girls. Last night they hosted Grove City. The Lions won in a close 5 sets after being down 2-1. They dominated the 4th set, winning 25-8. Key contributors for the Lions were Kaylee Jackson, Siobhan Weaver, and Ava Bacombe. The Lions look to continue their success versus Pickerington North on Tuesday. Great job, ladies.
Let's get you caught up with some tennis. The Lions had a busy week with 4 matches in 4 days. On Tuesday, the Lions pulled through with a close 3-2 victory on senior night, with the wins coming from first singles, Daniela Guzman, second singles, Audrey Go, and third singles, Paige Wicker. Then they beat Grove City, but lost tough matches to Big Walnut and Pick North. We spoke with some seniors about their victory on the big night.
Today was our senior match, and we got the win today, which was a really big thing for our seniors, and we're super proud of the team and how they played. We had some tough matches all around. We had 2 of our teams go to 3-setters, which was rough, but we got the win in the end. It was 3-2.
Team did really good today. It was a very long match. A lot of our different games went to deuce a lot. It was hot. Everyone was tired. I think overall we did really good today. Everybody played really well, so yeah.
Any clubs here at the high school?
No, but I've been wanting to join one for a long time.
You definitely should, because we've got a lot of good ones. Have you heard of FCA?
Yes, I've heard about FCA. It's one of the clubs I'm most interested in.
Well, I went to their last meeting, and here's what I found out.
Every Wednesday here at Gahanna Lincoln High School, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, or FCA, meet in room J178. But you may be wondering, what is FCA?
FCA stands for Fellowship of Christian Athletes. It's a club where we meet and talk about God. It's mostly a community filled with athletes, so that everyone can relate to each other and just talk about how we can include God in our sport and our play.
You do a good job. That's the enemy. It's a national organization designed to
bring athletes and other students closer to the Lord.
Unlike your typical classroom, FCA meetings are run by students.
FCA requires a teacher to open up the door, and then students lead it in terms of the meetings, resources, prayers, and initiatives.
This year, FCA is advised by head boys track coach Sean Johnston and led by 3 of his senior track athletes, each finding value in being a part of FCA.
I joined FCA because I was invited last year, and immediately when I got there I felt like I was at home and I felt like I had joined the community. So I just wanted to do the same for others and hopefully help them grow with God as well.
Don't let the name FCA drive you away from coming to these meetings. This club isn't just for Christian athletes. All it takes is a little dedication and a learning mindset to join FCA. And for the students who have already joined, they are feeling a warm welcome.
Anyone can join FCA. You don't have to be an athlete. It's just supposed to be a community. You can learn about God. You don't even have to be a Christian. As long as you're open-minded and willing to learn, then anyone can join.
Knowing that people who are like me, like athletes who also want to get closer to God, just knowing that they'll be going through the same trials and tribulations that I'll be going through, and knowing that we all worship the same Lord is just a blessing.
If FCA sounds like an interest, then attend their meetings held every Wednesday at 7:45 a.m. I'm TJ Tilford in the Zone.
Well, Lincoln, we've come to the end of our first show.
We'll be right back here next week for back-to-back shows. In the meantime, make sure you check out our website, or check out our TV program's new website.
It's lincolnonline.org. It's home to all of our TV classes.
The website has the latest stories and episodes from the Sports Zone.
Good luck to all of our athletes for this upcoming week.
We'll see you next week.
And go Lions!